Well, when I went to research the best trimmer of 2024, everything was going smooth until I got to the Babyliss ones. Then I started to notice that the runtimes were all over the place. The pricing was all over the place. The offerings were all over the place. And then I started thinking, do they even make the best trimmer anymore? And what improvements have they made to this machine, if any? Is it still even worth your money? We're gonna go into the first of 4 more chapters. I do hope you have a sense of humor, because it's about to get dirty. Let's take a trip down memory lane. As barbers were emerging from the Stone Age, tripping over their corded clippers. When early man felt threatened, they would begin swinging the clipper around on its cord to protect themselves, much like an inmate puts soap in a sock and swings it around, like Jet Li wielding a pair of nunchucks. Actually, that was Bruce Lee. Now, out of that prehistoric age, something more important than the wheel, penicillin, or even electricity emerged. And that was a cordless trimmer that actually worked, had 2 hours of runtime, and it came with a stand, and it was called the Slimline Pro Li. It actually cut better than that corded crap we were forced to use. There was a Wahl detailer in there at some point, but I don't really remember what year that came out, so kind of irrelevant. This is so stupid. All right, for real this time. I can't even believe I wrote this. Now, after some time, the peeping Toms that worked for Babyliss had a flashlight of an idea. They poked their heads into Andis's backyard and said, "We got to make us one of those." And bam, there came the original Gold FX. 2 hours of runtime, skeleton design, decent blade, and cut well on all hair textures. And I don't know if this has ever happened prior to or since, but for a brief period of time, all barbers came together and unanimously crowned this trimmer the king of all trimmers. I guess that was in like 2015 or so. I made a video on this like back in 2016, and my relationship with Babyliss has never been, shall we say, great. Check it out. I tried not to let my previous feelings of Babyliss get in the way. Roll them clips. These are his clippers. They're Babyliss. Right here.
Yeah, no, Conair makes them.
That's your people. Other than the fact that it's Babyliss. Babyliss sucks, and I'd be happy to give it away. Babyliss FX02. There's a lot of people on the internet right now that are saying that they like this shaver. I suspect that it's possible people are being paid probably to say this. These guys are saying that I'm going to get sponsored by Conair or Babyliss. You guys know how much I hate Babyliss, right? You get the point, right? But yeah, so I would have to say this probably came out in like 2015 or so. Now the corded using loser barbers look over at what Babyliss has to offer, and some of them think, you know what? I'm getting tired of my machines coming unplugged mid-cut and yanking the client's hair out at the roots. But some of them enjoyed smacking the client in the face with the cord, choking them and the heavy weight of the clipper that would cause shoulder pain at the end of a long day. I get it. I too once lived on the edge. I used to daisy chain 5 surge protectors together so I could plug in more clippers. I have a problem. Now, somebody at the Babyliss focus group had a bright idea. They said, let's give it double the runtime and keep it exactly the same. And here you have the Boost trimmer. Pretty good trimmer, pretty good offering. But the big knock on these is they tend to get pretty loud. And after no time at all, they start to sound like a chainsaw. But where does this noise come from? The noise doesn't come from the motor itself. Listen to the Boost motor. You can hardly hear it. This has to be one of the quietest. I'm literally holding it on the microphone. And in short time, this is actually an original Gold FX, but it will sound like this. Pretty big difference. But I think it's important that we understand that the noise comes from the blade and the cam follower. These are the things that generate noise. And as far as I'm concerned, the noise still hasn't been addressed. In fact, the last pair I received came with a pair of earplugs in the box. Did the N1 motor solve all these issues? No. We're going to get to that in a second. But somebody went looking in somebody else's backyard during another focus group, and they said, let's put a USB-C charging option on the body. So they go from the Boost to the silver FX Plus and Gold FX Plus. And shout out to Fort Worth Barber Supply for sending me these units, because now it looks like they don't exist online. They're not on the Babyliss site, and they are still for sale. So I'll be listing some links below. But this truly is the best trimmer that Babyliss has come up with so far. And it doesn't even cost as much as the predecessor, which we're going to get to in a second. And throughout the process, I know a lot of this is confusing. I'm going to be dropping some mega deals down below that I sifted through a couple different websites to find for you guys right before Christmas, because that's the kind of guy I am. Obviously, when I'm doing all this research, eventually I realized that Babyliss removed all this stuff from their website so they can offload some of their excess stock.
Junk.
It's actually not junk. In fact, it actually is just as good, and it's going to perform the exact same as all the rest of the stuff that they have, and you're going to save some money on all these things. So realistically, they were selling the Snap FX trimmer, which I paid $679 for. I was just told somebody was selling them for $55, and they were giving you an extra battery.
It comes with a fade blade?
Yeah.
Is it possible for it to come with a taper blade?
I can't swap out the blade. I mean, we sell them.
It's okay. I got blades. It's okay.
Now, it's not like I got ripped off, but I mean, I got ripped off. Now, the FX3 trimmer. This is one of their best. It has 4 hours of runtime. It looks suspiciously like a Slimline Pro, and it performs great. It has no other charging options on the body, but for the right price, I think this is an excellent offering. And one of the other big problems with Babyliss is the price of the blades. Babyliss charges around $50 for a replacement blade for any of these machines. So if I were you, I would make sure that it comes with the original Gold FX blade, or if you do like these graphite blades, make sure it comes with the one you want to have on it before you purchase it. Because even if you are getting a deal, after you spend the $50, in all likelihood, you aren't getting a deal. Why aren't you in the shop cutting hair right now? I'll tell you, as I tell you about today's sponsor, BookedIn. That's my scheduling app, and I was able to move my clients around and enjoy golfing with my son on this beautiful day. And I know one day when life is said and done, I'll wish for another day like this. So thanks to BookedIn, I can reschedule my clients with ease, and they can book any barber or any service they want, all on their own, online, without having the need of downloading an app. Shout out to BookedIn. Thank you for supporting me in my mission. Now, let's get to these lowlifes. Low pros. We need to make a trimmer that sucks more to make our Gold FX look better. Any ideas? Yes, Todd. I think we should lower the power down to 6,800 RPMs and give them some different type of blade that pulls. Good idea, Joe. Okay, I'm just joking. But the truth is, I never met a low pro I liked. And they all run at 6,800 RPMs no matter what version you get. Even the new removable battery is not going to have the same power as the 7,200 RPM. The only good thing I could say about them is they don't have the flashlight shape. Now, if you must have a low pro, there is one with 4 hours of runtime. I'll list it below, but all the other ones have 2 hours of runtime. And I suppose if you get it for a good price, it's still an okay deal. But the truth is, I still would push you over to the lithium Gold FX. You're going to get an extra hour of battery life, and those in my testing tended to perform better. It's not going to be as good as the flashlight, but it's still going to get you by. I can't imagine what it would be like being somebody new coming into the industry and trying to figure this all out on your own. Babyliss has not done a great job of clearing up some of the mystery on their own website. At the end of the day, you have to be careful about what you buy. Some of the old stuff that's still floating around out there, it's still great, and it's going to perform nearly identical to all the new stuff that's going to come in and replace it. And if you check out the links below, you're definitely going to save some money, and you're going to enjoy the tools that you're using. And besides, does Babyliss even still make the best trimmer? Did their reputation really grow because the only real trimmer that was in competition was a Slimline Pro? Or is it because all of the paid influencers who have immense talent are using the tools and you think that you'll be like them if you use them? Why do you guys think so many people are using them? And if you really want to know who makes the best trimmer of 2024, you guys need to check out this video right here. And I got a little secret. It's not Babyliss.